I'm here back at Coralu and Red Rock Falls on the Lewis Creek Trail. There's my car, parking free. Here we go. Alright, so the Lewis Creek Trail offers two incredible waterfalls, with the options of doing either one first. But first, definite land acknowledgement. This trail is on the traditional lands of the Miwok, the Southern Sierra Miwok, Chukchansi, and others. To learn more, check out those links. They are also available on my website on my channel. So after coming down the trail a little, you'll come to this juncture with a wooden post with no sign. You can either make that right to go to Coralu or continue north to Red Rock Falls. I wanted to save Coralu for last, though both offer their own unique beauty. That was someone's sweater. Take out what you take in. But hope you enjoy this hike with me on the Lewis Creek Trail to both falls, which runs mostly along the Lewis Creek, and see what my curiosity discovered about the trail, which, by the way, you know you're on your way to Red Rock Falls, as you'll need to cross Lewis Creek, which I'm about to do. And that's how I'm gonna cross. We'll see if I make it the second time. While my adventurous spirit crossed this way, I saw a few people using this log as an assist while they crossed on the rocks, though they did get their feet wet. There were also some logs downstream, but it looked like you'd get your feet wet too there. Hey, no problem. So there's a few ways to cross, just gotta let your curiosity figure it out. But at this point, I kept going north, which mostly follows along Lewis Creek, and the trail immediately turns into an enchanted forest with towering ponderosa pines, endless evergreens, lush ferns, wildflowers, mossy rocks, and much, much more. Including some minor obstacles, which was created by Mother Nature, but today added to the adventure. While still new to hiking, I have read this trail encompasses the general splendor that even Yosemite and the Sierras have to offer. So the Lewis Creek Trail was once a historic lumber flume route, and remnants can be seen all throughout the hike. As I mentioned, I'm a paralegal and not an expert, so any information I provide, I found on my own research, which definitely had me surprised to discover all the sex work and even a U.S. Supreme Court case related to employer obligations, both of which I'll get into in a bit. But if there's ever anything incorrect, please don't hesitate leaving me a comment. I am human, but strive to be accurate. Sweating. And relevant. But the Madera Sugar Pine Lumber Company flume extended from the Sugar Pine Lumber Company in Sugar Pine to the San Joaquin Valley town of Madera. And taken 2 years to construct and opening in August 1876, the flume ran 52 miles from Sugar Pine Sawmill to the Planting Mill and Railroad in Madera. This wooden flume transported lumber and loggers to Madera across steep canyons, streams, and mountainsides. An awesome engineering feat. Shut down in the 1890s, then rebuilt and reopened in the 1900s. It survived until the Great Depression in 1933. So this was a neat little spot there where just butterflies started coming out from everywhere. I looked these up and I believe they are called California sister butterflies. So if I'm incorrect, please definitely leave a comment. But back to my research, I was definitely intrigued with the U.S. Supreme Court case related to employer obligations, which set precedents in the 1923 case Madera Sugar Pine Company versus Industrial Accident Commission of California, in which the United States Supreme Court upheld death benefits to the non-resident alien dependents of employees who died as a result of no-fault industrial accidents. So in a nutshell, 2 Mexican laborers had died on the job, and because their dependents had resided in Mexico, the insurance company did not want to pay the dependents, stating they were not citizens. However, the Constitution declared a dependent to be any person who is dependent on that worker, no matter where they lived, and required the insurance company to compensate the worker's family. But before that Supreme Court case, recognition is due to the Chinese laborers who played a significant role in completing the Madera flume up until 1922, when the Madera Sugar Pine Company decided to replace Chinese laborers with Mexican laborers, following the Immigration Act of 1917. The Chinese workers suffered horrific discrimination and segregation daily, and not only that, there was a complete anti-Chinese sentiment and lack of legal protection in the wake of the Chinese Exclusion Act. So we are getting close to Red Rock Falls, but stick with me as I'm still going to discuss how prostitution flourished in the Sierra during the logging days, and I also find an incredible, slightly off the trail, hidden private paradise equipped with a rope swing. But for now, let's get back to one of the main events.
Everybody's all happy. Another, I think mom and son, she had just passed. She said, almost to the falls. She was telling me I must look really tired. But love that encouragement. Everybody's upbeat and happy. Hey, how can you not be? If you can, get out, get curious.
The many landscapes of this trail are pretty incredible, with always a secret garden just right around the corner, and a cute bridge.
Even broke. Coming through behind you, sorry. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Red Rock Falls. Hi.
Sitting here watching the leaves fall in right next to the creek and the waterfalls, eating my cookie dough granola bar was the perfect boost I needed. to get going to Coralu Falls. Passing through here is a true life secret garden. My research started and stopped quickly when I realized the vast varieties of wildflowers and plant life. I was even getting lost with the variations of poison oak. But please, if you are plant, wildflower, and or tree savvy, feel free to leave a comment on any you see and enjoy. And like that, the seasons change, time for the hat. But coming up is where I find the awesome little off-the-trail slice of solitude I was looking for. What had caught my eye were the huge mortars that I recognized as being mortars. And so if you did not know, they were made by the Native Americans over 150 years ago. And while totally different tribes, you can check out my Potwisha video for some further information. I was happy.
Jump off the swing. Hell yeah. Oh, hi.
Now for the sex work. If you did not know, as I did not, prostitution flourished in the Sierras during the logging days. The San Francisco fire of 1906 left many sex workers without work, so they went to the logging camps. Law enforcement let them be, and they traded at the company store and received medical care at the company hospital. They accepted all customers, showing no discrimination beyond the ability to pay. The first brothel for the loggers of Madera Sugar Pine Company was called Kamook. It was located 4 miles from Sugar Pine. Tipperary was the most popular. Tipperary featured a main parlor house and 4 individual cabins. Accommodations at Kamook were scarce, so the sex workers set up a tent community called Happy Camp 2 miles away in Fish Camp, California. Business boomed, and the sex workers soon hired carpenters to construct a permanent brothel. Prostitution houses stood for just over 20 years, Tipperary being the first to fall when the logs near Big Creek were depleted and the logging moved on. Happy Camp and Kamook persisted until the 1920s.
Getting closer when I start using my hat as a damn mosquito, gnat, fly. Everybody out here wants some of me. Watch what you're doing, Irene. Bumpy back there. What the hell? That's a good sign. Because I'm sober. Up there, parking lot, Coralu. No sign. That's your sign. everyone. When I know I'm going to a place, I watch.